Welcome to Seneca Indians Baseball, live on KNEO.org. This broadcast is a sporting outreach of the KNEO Sports Network. You're now locked into the official pregame show of the Seneca Indians. Now, let's go to Ben Walcott, live on location.
And a pleasant good afternoon, and we welcome you here to Seneca, Missouri as we get set for high school baseball here on the KNEO and Seneca Indian Sports Network. It is the 10-4 Seneca Indians versus the 8-6 Galena Bulldogs. I'm Ben Wolcott, joined by Coach Daryl Harbaugh. Your countdown to first pitch sponsor, People's Bank of Seneca. And Daryl, a game that originally was scheduled for Galena, Kansas, thanks to all the rain we had over the past weekend, to have the turf to take advantage of, and Seneca gets a home game here today.
Yeah, I mean it's a good thing that we have the turf. I mean there's several of them, and even who knows about Lamar tomorrow, because Lamar is grass and dirt field. So, and they got hit pretty hard by the storm that went through here
yesterday.
Yeah, yesterday. But you get you have the turf. It drains quick, drains easy, and
there's
not a whole lot to fix.
And I mean, they were anticipating this on Friday as well, because this decision was made Friday afternoon, Friday evening, shortly after we went off air in that Webb City game. So they were anticipating the weather, and the weather kind of came, which we desperately needed the rain. So I don't think people complain about the rain, but obviously still some storm damage for people to clean up in Carl Junction and Lamar. So like you said, I know Coach used to saying that probably tonight, he's hoping tonight, maybe tomorrow morning, we'll find out if that game is here or at Lamar. Obviously, Seneca would prefer to be at home instead of on the road. And also the dimensions here, we mention it every game, but the dimensions here are a lot different than in Galena. Galena a little bit shorter, but Lamar is a ton shorter. Lamar, a very short porch to left and center and right field compared to Seneca.
Yeah, you're not going to find – I'm not sure you find a bigger ball field than this one here. I mean, this is just a foul ground territory too. I mean, we were at Hollister the other night. Last week. Last Monday went to Hollister with him. Hollister had a big foul ground territory, but I really don't think their fence was any bigger than this one here.
Yeah, I mean, this foul territory almost reminds you of the Oakland Coliseum and the Athletics when they were there, Daryl, just how much foul ground there is. The bullpen juts out a little bit to kind of corral the foul territory there towards the end, but there is a ton of foul territory here in Seneca. Yeah,
it's just a big ballpark. It's just big around, and it's a good ballpark too. It's big. You get the base hits, start playing, I don't know what they call it. You used to call it Billy ball, No home runs. They just sit there and base hits and run around all over them. Whitey Herzog and the Cardinals seem to be the old buddy. Any old people listening right now would understand what I'm talking about. But anyway, yeah, this is a good ballpark.
Go ahead, take a timeout. Come back with more of the preview after this on the KNEO and Seneca Indian Sports Network.
People's Bank of Seneca. We care about your journey every step of the way. Since 1996, visit us in Joplin, Neosho, or Seneca. PeoplesBankOfSeneca.com. Member FDIC. Proud sponsor of area athletics. Let's score big together.
If you're a weekend warrior who likes to go, 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 don't let pain put the brakes on your pace. When you need help with an injury that keeps you from moving, you want an orthopedic team with a proven track record. Freeman Orthopedics and Sports Medicine is nationally recognized, and were recently named CareCheck's #1 hospital in the market and top 10% hospital in the state for hip fracture repair. Freeman Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, the experience you need to keep pace with life.
Prater's Pharmacy in Seneca is a proud supporter of the Seneca Indians. The pharmacy is open from 9 to 5:30 Monday through Friday and from 9 to 1 on Saturday. They offer an automatic refill program and internet refill service online at praterspharmacy.com and through their mobile apps. They also have a drive-through window. Prater's Pharmacy at 1711 Cherokee in Seneca, 417-776-8701. Go Indians!
Seneca Indian Athletics is sponsored by Prairie Top Chiropractic. Located at 4556 Quince Road in Seneca, chiropractic physician Seth Wilson offers chiropractic services to Seneca and the surrounding areas. For appointment information, their phone number is 417-776-4556 or discover more at facebook.com/Prairie Top Chiropractic. Prairie Top Chiropractic, where their slogan is Better Health, Better You.
Happy Egg supports the family farmer because they've seen the difference a choice like this can make. Now you can grow for Happy Egg and choose to raise hens the right way, the happy way. When you grow for Happy Egg, you are growing for a family-owned and operated business. You're raising happy hens on 10-plus acres who will lay happy eggs. You're working for yourself. As a Happy Egg grower, you'll receive new flock cost support and yield-based compensation. Visit happyegg.com/grower to apply today.
The Roper Kia 4-State Sports Report will provide up-to-the-minute scores and highlights from around the 4 states. With ultimate local coverage from all your favorite teams. The Roper Kia 4-State Sports Report, weeknights at 6 and 10 p.m.
And we welcome you back as we get set for action here between Seneca and Galena. Your countdown to first pitch sponsor, People's Bank of Seneca. And Daryl, the Seneca team on a 2-game losing streak as they lost to Mount Vernon last Thursday, lost to Webb City last Friday. And pitching really wasn't the problem for Seneca. It's been the hitting as of late. You lose 4-2 and 4-3. You give up 4 runs. You give your offense a chance to win a ball game, but lately the offense has struggled for the Seneca team.
Yeah, we're snake bit here lately. I don't know. We can't get the timing hits. We're not getting the consistent hits in a row that you need to, to get a big inning going. Sneaking out 1, 2, 3 runs is not going to get it done. I mean, we need to be better job at the plate and make better decisions while we're at the plate. See if we can't get some better base hits, more base hits, and see if we can't score some more runs. I mean, like you just said, Ben, the pitching has been good. I mean, that's not bad. Holding the team to 4 runs, that's not bad.
Yeah.
But you've got to score runs.
School,
yeah, in high school baseball, that's not bad at all.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see non-conference game here today. This is a very proving week for the Seneca team here this week. Got this non-conference game here today, and then you have conference games tomorrow against Lamar, Thursday against Monette. I could kind of tell you the way the Big 8 is going, and then Saturday a doubleheader at Purdy against Purdy and Diamond, 2 teams with winning records. I think this week will tell you a lot about this Seneca team.
Well, the pitching, I think our pitching is going to keep us somewhere around there, but like I said, we just got to do better at the plate and get some more base hits, get some more timely hits. We'd get one ever great once in a while, and sneaking out like 2 and 3 runs the last 2 games is not going to get it done. It doesn't matter who you play. Yeah,
you look at the Big 8 standing, Seneca kind of had a mulligan, and they already used it because they lost to Mount Vernon. They still have the head-to-head over Nevada. Monette's going to have something to say about who wins the Big 8. Aurora also going to have something to say because Aurora has a head-to-head win over Monette. Monette faces Nevada, I believe, tomorrow. Lamar, Seneca plays tomorrow. Nevada beat Lamar, held them to 1 hit last Thursday. So this Big 8 is wide open, and then you're starting to get into district play as well, Daryl, with Monette. Not only a Big 8 opponent, it's a district opponent. The next week you face East Newton and Aurora, both Big 8 opponents as well as district opponents, and those games are going to be vital for the Seneca team if you want to avoid that first-round matchup like we talk about, because it's a 4-5 matchup is the only one that will be a first-round quarterfinal game. The semifinals, the 1 seed gets to face the winner of that, and the 2-3 matchup is already set. So really 1 through 3 is where you want to be to set up your pitching for the district, and obviously you prefer the 1 seed because then the 4 and 5 seed have already used probably their number 1 bullet to try to get to that semifinal.
Well, it's yeah. I mean, you're trying to win the Big 8. Yeah, you are. Well, guess what? Every Big 8 team is your district team. So then you're trying to set yourself up for district as well. So, yeah, losing that first one there is going to make it tough. I mean, every loss makes it hard. And even though you got a winning record, every loss makes it tough.
Starting lineups here today, sponsored by Prairie Top Chiropractic and Prater's Pharmacy. First for the Galena Bulldogs, coming in at 8-6 overall. Leading off is the second baseman, number 16, Chase Cottrell. Batting second is the shortstop, number 4, Thatcher Botkin. Batting third and playing center field, number 32, Brody McNamara. The cleanup hitter is the pitcher here this afternoon, number 25, Jack LaTurner. Batting fifth and playing right field, number 3, Jack Perry. Batting sixth and playing first base, number 34, Trey Robinson. Batting seventh is the designated hitter, number 45, Colt McQuillan. Batting eighth and playing left field, number 20, Lakin Daniels. And batting ninth and doing the catching, number 27, Coda Daniels. The extra player is their catcher, number 22, C.J. Pylock. Starting lineup for the Seneca Indians here this afternoon, coming in at 10-4 overall. Leading off is the first baseman, number 21, Hagen Ginger. Batting second and doing the pitching, number 18, Drew Sherwood. Batting third and doing the catching, number 2, Silas Ball. The cleanup hitter is the shortstop, number 13, Jagger Wilson. Batting fifth and playing right field, number 8, Grant Houchin. Batting sixth and playing center field, number 33, Caden Klaus. Batting seventh is the designated hitter, number 19, Asher Prater. Batting eighth and playing third base, number 5, Braden Roark. And batting ninth and playing left field, number 17, Ian Heffron. The extra player is the second baseman, number 7, Blake McKinney. Daryl, just like Friday, a little bit of a lineup change here for Seneca. You move Ginger from the cleanup spot up top because if he can get on, he can create havoc on the base paths. And next thing you know, you could potentially have a runner at second or third with 1 out, if not no outs, and 3 chances to bring him in.
He's probably one of the most aggressive base runners that we have, and we've seen it, all years. If he gets on, he's challenging the catcher. Challenging the pitcher and the catcher to get him out or to throw him out at second base, and that puts a lot of pressure on the defense.
And then the other kind of interesting note here today, you and I thought maybe Ian Heffron would get the start here today and leave Drew for Lamar tomorrow, but at least in the early going, that's not the case. Sherwood gets the start. Heffron may come in relief. Houchin isn't eligible to pitch again until tomorrow, but you have to think Grant probably gets the start tomorrow, and then Thursday, who knows, because Jagger's eligible again too. So 1 through 4, your options are there for Seneca. Jagger not eligible to pitch again until Wednesday. Grant not eligible to pitch until tomorrow. So really today you're stuck with Drew and Ian. And then potentially Hagen, Caden if it gets that far too.
Yeah, I mean, you got 5 games this week, so Coach is trying to get them all lined up. And not only just this week, but he's also going to think of next week too, where he wants everybody lined up for next week.
Yeah, next week you're at East Newton Tuesday, home against Aurora Thursday, both Big 8 games, both district opponents, both going to be key games, so that could be part of your thinking going into next week as well. Like we said, a 5-game week for this Seneca team here this week. Should be a fun start to the week here today as they face Galena at home. Originally a road game, but thanks to all the weather, it is now a home game for the Indians. Take a timeout. Come back with more after this on the KNEO and Seneca Indian Sports Network.
Hi, I'm Pastor Rod Van Gorkum of First Baptist Church Seneca, and I would like to take a minute and share about grace. What is grace? Grace is when someone gives you something you don't deserve. See, I haven't done anything to deserve God's forgiveness, but He gives it by His grace. I haven't done anything to deserve God's love, but He gives it by His grace. I haven't done anything to deserve a bright future, but God gives away to me and to others by His grace. The Apostle Paul wrote in the book of Titus, chapter 2, verse 11, "For the grace of God hath appeared, bringing salvation to all men." Have you accepted God's gift of grace, His salvation through His Son, Jesus Christ? If not, please do, for the Bible says today is the day of salvation. For KNEO Radio, I'm Rod Van Gorkum.
seen First Community Bank all over. But then to take my stuff to some people that didn't really know me and took a chance, that spoke volume.
I'll always be grateful to First Community and that whole team over at Harrison that helped get me started.
Anytime I need anything, just a phone call away. We're really proud to be with First Community Bank.
Huddle Springs Church of Christ is bringing you today's ball game. They're a family-friendly church located just a few miles outside Seneca at 19306 Huddle Springs Road. With Sunday morning and evening worship services as well as midweek services on Wednesdays, check out huddlespringschurchofchrist.org for more information about all the classes and fellowships they offer throughout the week. Huddle Springs Church of Christ, where they say, "We want to go to heaven with you."
And we welcome you back. Still about 5 minutes away from first pitch here from Seneca. But, Daryl, I don't know that you could have a better day for a baseball game or work on your tan, I guess, if you want to tan.
Well, yeah, that's what I do is work on my tan as much as possible.
I don't think we'll have that problem here in a press box, but you could work on your tan today.
Oh, it's a terrible day. Well, you got the windows open, letting the wasp in. So
yeah, I do what I can.
Yeah. Bless their heart. They need to be out of the weather, too. But beautiful day. I mean, the sky's blue, and, hardly any wind at all. Nice and warm. Just a touch of breeze. It's a perfect day. Perfect.
Yeah, and it's not nearly as windy as it was Thursday and Friday. Friday, Friday it was a little bit cloudy, but it turned out to be a nice afternoon for baseball. Thursday it was nice out, but it was a lot windier than it is here today. Not nearly as windy here this afternoon. You're going to have to crank one out if you want to try and hit a home run out here today.
Well, it's this ballpark, Ben. We've seen maybe two the whole time we've been here at this ballpark. So, it's going to be tough. And if you're going to hit one out, you better hit one on the button.
Yeah, I think Seneca is definitely adept to this ballpark and just the speed that they have. Trying to get everything going. I mean, Ginger fast at the top, Sherwood fast, Wilson fast as well. And some of the other ones have a little bit of sneaky speed as well. Silas Ball, a little bit faster than you expect. Houchin's got good speed as well. And then you look at the lower part of the lineup in Roark and Heffron, they have good speed as well. So,
and they do. I mean, but this is what you need. You need to hit some base hits, get on base, use your speed to your favor, and this is what we've been missing the last two games.
Should be interesting. Seneca trying to snap that 2-game losing streak. Like we said, a very busy week for the Seneca team, and we will learn a lot about this Seneca team at the end of this week as Seneca faces teams with winning records all week long. I think if they go 4-1, 5-0, I think they're gonna wake some people up to the Seneca team. 3-2, 2-3 isn't gonna cut it for the Seneca team here.
Yeah, I agree 100%. Yeah.
I'll take a timeout for the national anthem. When we come back, we'll get you the start of the game here on the KNEO Seneca Indian Sports Network.
People's Bank of Seneca. We care about your journey every step of the way. Since 1996, visit us in Joplin, Neosho, or Seneca. PeoplesBankOfSeneca.com. Member FDIC. Proud sponsor of area athletics. Let's score big together.
Locally owned, operated, and here for you. Check out the new face of the Neosho Daily News, covering Newton County, highlighting area residents, businesses, school news, sports, and more. Find us on Facebook at Neosho Daily News or call 417-451-1520. Go get 'em, Indians!
You've got to have someone that understands what you are doing as a mission. Community bankers are important that way because they understand the community relationships that we have to form to be successful.
I feel like First Community Bank and Myers-Davis, our cultures are so similar. It is all about relationships.
It's a real boon to our community to have a bank like First Community to be supportive of so many things.
They're willing to take a chance on entrepreneurs, which is helpful to make the community grow.
Cedar Lane Farm and Garden at 143 Cherokee Avenue in Seneca is your local feed dealer and a supporter of Seneca Indian sports. Offering vet, livestock, and pet products, Cedar Lane also carries a full line of farm and garden supplies. For more information, contact Cedar Farm and Garden on Cherokee Avenue in Seneca today. The number is 417-776-8231. Open Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. and Saturday, 8 a.m. through 2 p.m. for your convenience. Go Indians!
Finding answers to questions is easier than ever. It doesn't matter how complex or simple your question is, the answer is just a few taps away. Except maybe these kinds of questions.
Who am I? Where did man come from? What is the purpose of man on this earth? Does life have any meaning?
Billy Graham knew the answer to that last question is yes.
There is more to life than death. Jesus taught us the dignity and the importance of being a person. God put us on this earth for a purpose, and our purpose is to fellowship with God and glorify God. And the great need of the human race at this hour is reconciliation to God.
Would you like to know how you can have a relationship with God? We'd love to help. Just call us at 855-255-PRAY. That's 855-255-PRAY. We're the Billy Graham Evangelistic Association.
And we welcome you back as we get set for action here today between Seneca and Galena. And Daryl, this Galena team 8-6 overall. You look at their schedule. I mean, it's a good non-conference game. They've played teams out of Oklahoma and Missouri as well, and kind of similar size school. Good test here for Seneca today.
Yeah, they've always been a good baseball team over there. And like I said, being in the southeast part of Kansas over there, you're looking to play. If they only played Kansas schools, they'd have to travel quite a bit. And that's not very far over there to Galena from Seneca. That it's a good non-conference game, out-of-state game. It's a good matchup.
Galena looks like this once again in their lineup. Chase Cottrell leads things off. Thatcher Botkin batting second. Brady McNamara batting third. Jack LaTurner is the cleanup hitter. Jack Perry batting fifth. Trey Robinson sixth. Colt McQuillan seventh. Lakin Daniels eighth. And Coda Daniels ninth. Seneca will look like this in the field. It looks a little bit different here this afternoon with Drew Sherwood on the mound. You have Ian Heffernan left, Caden Clausen center, and Grant Houchin moves from third to right. At third base is Braden Roark, shortstop Jagger Wilson. At second base is Blake McKinney. His first pitch was at 4:31 here as Sherwood fires into strike, and the count's 0-1. Beautiful day for baseball. 72 degrees here at first pitch, and the count quickly 0-2 here on Cottrell. And the thing Drew has done well all year, Daryl, is get ahead of hitters early and let as that one hits that outside corner for strike three pitches and one out. But Drew does a good job of getting ahead of hitters and letting his fielders work for him. He pitched against Hollister, and he gave up, I think you said 2 hits, maybe 3 hits in that contest last Monday, last time out for him. And Hollister, a very good team, as he has started off the game with 4 straight strikes.
Well, he's hit the outside corner, all 4 strikes. One was a little bit further out, and the umpire gave it to him. But he's hitting his spots, and he likes to work quick, and I don't think he really likes, everybody's scared to death. Like right now, it's 0-2. Scared to death, everybody's like, no, don't give up an 0-2 hit.
As the 0-2 hit is up the middle, McKinney can't quite get to it. He got a glove on it, but can't quite get there. And it's a single for Botkin, and the one-out base runner as Brody McNamara will come to the plate.
Yeah, but if you look at the overall of the season, and I guarantee what's their worst batting average on an 0-2 count, because they're swinging at everything. That and there, I guarantee he didn't want to throw that over the plate as much as he could. He wanted that outside as well.
As McNamara comes to the plate, and they got the runner picked off as Ginger going to get it to Wilson, and now Wilson will get it back to Sherwood, as now they're really in a long rundown, and I think Ginger with the putout as that goes 1-3 to 6-1 to 3 for the putout.
Write that one down, Ben. Make sure you got that.
So it went 1 to 3 to 6 to 1 to 3, and there's your putout. There, I did.
Yeah, get that down.
And there's 2 outs here as McNamara now has a.
That's what makes Sherwood so tough.
And that's not the first batter that he's picked off this year. He picked off a couple batters against Hollister, and then he also did it a couple weeks ago in his start against Nevada, because he started against Nevada, and Nevada had a hard time picking up his move.
Well, if you look, if the right foot, he's left-handed, so right foot has to go behind his left foot, that indicates you have to go to the mound. But if you don't move your right foot behind your left in your throwing motion, you can go to first. So that's what they're having trouble with. He picks it straight up like he's going home, and then he'll just step toward first. And it's hard to pick up. He does a great job. He keeps them close to the first base.
The 2-1 pitch is swung on and missed, and the count 2-2, and Sherwood trying for a quick inning here. As here comes the 2-2. The 2-2 is swung on and missed, and that will end the inning for Galena. No runs, 1 hit, no errors. They strand nobody. An half inning in the books. It's Galena nothing. Seneca coming up here on the KNEO and Seneca Indian Sports Network.
A proud supporter of local high school athletics is Numac Electric. Serving Newton and McDonald County, they provide power for area homes and businesses and want to wish all the athletes much success throughout the season. For online bill pay and account information, the website is numac.com or 417-451-1515. Numac Electric, proudly serving Newton and McDonald County, where their slogan is your touchstone energy partner.
The Seneca R7 School District is proud to support the student athletes and coaches competing in this game. High school activities help students learn life values such as hard work, dedication, and teamwork. The Seneca R7 School District is honored to serve such a great community and wants to thank all the Indian fans for their great support. The Seneca R7 School District. Tradition, pride, class.
KNEO would like to thank the Big Nickel for sponsoring this portion of broadcasting on 91.7 FM. The Big Nickel is an advertising shopper for thousands of different items, from automobiles and livestock to help wanted and real estate. It covers a 70-mile radius in the 4-state area and is available in area businesses each week. Located at 1931 East 20th Street, Suite 103 in Joplin, Missouri. Their telephone number is 417-624-4100.
And we welcome you back as we get set for the bottom of the first here in Seneca. Hagen Ginger to lead things off for the Indians. Ginger, Sherwood, and Ball are the first 3 for Seneca. That's Hagen Ginger, Drew Sherwood, Silas Ball. Jagger Wilson, Grant Houchin, and Caden Klaus are the next 3. Asher Prater, Braden Roark, and Ian Heffron are the final 3 for Seneca, working against Jack LaTurner here this afternoon. Galena looks like this in the field. Lakin Daniels in left, Brody McNamara in center, and in right field is Jack Perry. Left to right in the infield, you have, and I have 2 catchers in there, I believe. So 27, Coda Daniels is the catcher. I believe the extra player is the third baseman, which would be C.J. Pylock. I have to try and find that out here in a minute.
See if Hagen get him going this inning.
So the first pitch is swung on and missed. Count 0-1. Chase Cottrell at second, Thatcher Botkin at short. At first base is Trey Robinson with Coda Daniels catching Jack LaTurner. As that one is lifted in the air to center field, and there's one down here. As Drew Sherwood will come to the plate here for the Indians. One up and one out quickly here for Seneca. As Sherwood will try and get things rolling here for Seneca. Numac Electric, Prater's Pharmacy, Prolu Maintenance Center, Freeman Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, all sponsoring the broadcast here this afternoon. So that pitch hits the outside corner, and the count is 0-1. Sherwood had a pretty good game on Friday against Webb City. Unfortunately for Seneca, he struck out with the tying run at second base to end the ball game, as that pitch is dribbled foul, and the count's 0-2.
Oh, I know there's no one that you'd rather have up there right now because Drew's been swinging the bat well, and he had a couple good hits in that game. So we were looking at maybe tying the game, with Hagan at second base, but it just didn't happen.
So here comes the 0-2, and that's high and outside. So the count 1-2. The center fielder shaded to right center by about 3 feet, and there's a big gap in left center, and that's where Drew likes to put it sometimes, as that's foul tipped into the mitt for strike 3. But at least it was swinging, Daryl, because he's the pitcher. He knows that's kind of what the ump would probably call it out there.
Yeah, he called the first one out there.
So that's probably why Drew swung.
It looked a little high and outside, so he swung at it. So
here comes the first pitch to Silas Ball. That one hit on a hop. Third baseman, long throw over, and the first baseman cannot scoop it. It is an E5 on the play, and Seneca has a runner in on for Jagger Wilson.
There's one kid here. He's been swinging the bat well. He swung the bat well early. And then the last few games here, he's just gotten underneath it just a little bit, just out of time, out of rhythm. And when he gets going, the Seneca team gets going.
Ryder Owens will courtesy run for Ball at first base. As here comes the first pitch to Jagger, and that's swung on and missed. Counts 0-1. If Jagger can find a gap, it easily can be a triple for him. Again, they're shading him towards right center.
It's a pretty good lead out there for Ryder.
So the 0-1 is high and outside. It's the count 1-1. Campbell Biddlecombe Funeral Home, Big Nickel, Missouri Southern State University, and Prairie Top Chiropractic, all sponsoring the broadcast here this afternoon. 1-1 the count here on Wilson. See if Seneca can take advantage of the mistake by Galena. So the count's 1-2.
And that one on the outside part of the plate, and it was outside. So Jagger's got to be, he's aggressive with the bat.
So the 1-2 is low and outside, and the count 2-2. Lighthouse Tax Services, Dairy Queen of Seneca, First Community Bank, Cedar Lane Farm and Garden, and the Northwest Arkansas Naturals all sponsoring the broadcast here this afternoon. 2-2 the count, and that's further outside, and the count's full 3-2, and now Ryder can go on the pitch, which is an extra.
Always helps.
I was going to say it's not motivation, but it's an extra help.
He's out there.
That pitch is swung on and fouled out of play, so Wilson keeps himself alive.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, if it's close, swing at it. If it's close, swing at it. Don't let the umpire make the call.
The big thing is just make sure you don't get picked off if you're Ryder. It's the 3-2 again is hit in the air to center field, but the center fielder goes back to grab it for the final out of the inning. For Seneca, no runs, no hits. There was an error, and they strand one in the books. No score here on the KNEO and Seneca Indian Sports Network.
Crowder College, your future, our focus. At Crowder College, we have 6 convenient locations in Southwest Missouri and online programs to fit your needs. Flexible scheduling provides a pathway to a career or the opportunity to transfer to a 4-year university in a variety of programs. Cheer for the Rough Riders at athletic events. Use the Missouri A+ Scholarship Program for free tuition and common fees. At Crowder College, your future is our focus. Apply today at crowder.edu.
Singing is my career and my calling, but I'm also a mother of 4.
And as entrepreneurs, we weigh the cost of every decision.
Medical bills are no longer a worry for our family, so I can focus on my calling.
And our family.
Joining Christian Healthcare Ministries was one of the best decisions we ever made. We're the Blair family, and this is our CHM story.
Choose your doctor without network restrictions, all at an affordable price. Enroll anytime at chministries.org/enroll.
People's Bank of Seneca. We care about your journey every step of the way. Since 1996, visit us in Joplin, Neosho, or Seneca. PeoplesBankOfSeneca.com. Member FDIC. Proud sponsor of area athletics. Let's score big together.
Jack LaTurner will lead things off here for Galena in the second as he takes a ball low and inside. So the count's 1-0. The 1-0 is swung on and missed. The count 1-1. LaTurner, Perry, and Robinson are the 3 due up for Galena here in the top of the second. 1-1 the count here on LaTurner. Comes the 1-1 from Sherwood. That is low and inside, and the count 2-1. People's Bank of Seneca, Crowder College, Christian Healthcare Ministry, Seneca School District, all sponsoring the broadcast. And Daryl, Ian Heffron has done a good job coming in relief, because he came in relief against Mount Vernon, pitched an inning, and he came in relief against, so that pitch is high and tight. The count's 3-1 on LaTurner. Did a good job in relief against Webb City as well. I know he had the wild pitch that allowed the game-winning run to come across, but inning in the third, not bad for him. That one's popped in the air in foul territory. Ginger going to snag it out there in foul territory, and there's one down.
Yeah, I mean, Ian's, when you say he came on the scene last year, pitched very well last year, and he's just another guy that Coach Hughes can count on to come in out of the bullpen.
Jack Perry will come to the plate here for Galena. Hits one sharply to McKinney, throws to first in time, and there are two down here quickly. And I think the thing not only that Seneca likes, or I should say that Sherwood and Coach Hughes likes, but the fielders like, is just how fast Sherwood works, and he lets his fielders get involved.
Yeah, Drew likes to work quick, and that keeps everybody involved.
So the first pitch is in there on the inside corner to Robinson. So the count's 0-1. The big thing I think Coach Hughes like is just keeping the pitch count down, and I think everybody else just loves how fast he works, so that way you're not sitting out there in the doldrums as that one's low.
Keeps everybody engaged. You know he's going to pitch fast. You know he's going to throw strikes, and you know those guys are going to swing the bat. You got to be ready.
The 1-1 is in there for a strike. I thought it was a little bit low, but call it for a strike, and there's count 1-2.
Well, so did the Galena batter.
As here comes the 1-2 pitch from Sherwood, and that pitch is spoiled foul. So the count remains 1-2. Southwest Missouri Bank, Neosho Daily News, Marine Center Incorporated, Community Bank and Trust, sponsoring the broadcast. And Daryl, you and I have talked about just what a difference a count makes when it's 1-2 compared to 2-1. The 1-2 is popped up in the air, and Wilson going to go out and call off Caden Klaus for the putout to end the inning. Nothing doing for Galena here in the second, 1.5 in the books. No score here on the KNEO and Seneca Indian Sports Network.
Welcome to Seneca Indians. Billy Graham talks about driving.
I read about a woman who tried her driver's test for the 38th time and failed. And perhaps you've tried nearly that many times for a license spiritually, to sit in the driver's seat of your own life. I'm asking you to move over and trust the Holy Spirit to drive and control your life. You can be alive right now physically, but your soul is dead. Your spirit is dead, and you keep searching for something and you can't find it. You'll never find what you're looking for in life till you come to the cross of Christ and are born again. Do you know Christ? Are you sure? God can give you a whole new life, a transformation that you never dreamed existed, if you let Him.
Discover how you can let God get behind the wheel of your life at findpeacewithgod.net. That's findpeacewithgod.net. We're the Billy Graham Evangelistic Association.
Happy Egg supports the family farmer because they've seen the difference a choice like this can make. Now you can grow for Happy Egg and choose to raise hens the right way, the happy way. When you grow for Happy Egg, you are growing for a family-owned and operated business. You're raising happy hens on 10+ acres who will lay happy eggs. You're working for yourself. As a Happy Egg grower, you'll receive new flock cost support and yield-based compensation. Visit happyegg.com/grower to apply today.
And we welcome you back as Houchin swings and misses at that first pitch. So the count 0-1 here on Houchin. Here comes the 0-1 from LaTurner. That pitch is grounded up the middle. Shortstop makes the play, and it's dug out there by the first baseman. Good dig by the first baseman there, Robinson, as Botkin fielded it, and a low throw and a better job digging it out as Caden Klaus will step in here for Seneca.
Yeah, it was a good job. Like I said, it was a long throw. Just a short. He just short hopped him, but good job by the first baseman.
As Klaus takes the ball low, so the count 1-0 as that pitch is in the brown stuff.
Yeah, and once again, I mean, Houchin made a good swing on it, just hit it off the end of the bat.
As here comes the 1-0 to Klaus, and he swings and misses, so the count now 1-1. Four-State Sports Report, Missouri Farm Bureau Agent Josh Dotson, the Neosho Area Chamber of Commerce, Mid-America Specialty Markets, all sponsoring the broadcast here. 1-1 pitch, swung on and missed as Klaus a little bit late there, and the count 1-2.
I don't know. We all just woke up on the wrong side of the bed or something. I don't know what they're doing.
1-2 is swung on and missed for strike 3. Second strikeout of the game for LaTurner as Asher Prater will come to the plate. And lately, Darryl, I mean, he struggled against Webb City, but Prater has been one of the better Seneca hitters.
Yeah, he has been. I mean, he's getting the bat on the ball, and especially when runners in scoring position.
As that one is a check swing, it's going to stay fair. Tough play for the third baseman, but he's able to make the play for the putout, and that'll end the inning. Nothing doing for Seneca here in the second. 2 in the books, no score here on the KNEO and Seneca Indian Sports Network.
Prater's Pharmacy in Seneca is a proud supporter of the Seneca Indians. The pharmacy is open from 9 to 5:30 Monday through Friday and from 9 to 1 on Saturday. They offer an automatic refill program and internet refill service online at praterspharmacy.com and through their mobile apps. They also have a drive-through window. Prater's Pharmacy at 1711 Cherokee in Seneca, 417-776-8701. Go Indians! A sponsor of community broadcasting on KNEO, Southwest Missouri Bank in Neosho, serving the Neosho area from 2 locations. They offer personal banking services, including checking and savings accounts, home loans, and online banking. Learn more online at smbonline.com. Southwest Missouri Bank, an equal housing lender. Member FDIC, where their slogan is
Southwest Missouri Bank.
Bottom 3 in the lineup for Galena here. Colt McQuillan, Lakin Daniels, and Coda Daniels. Anybody who reaches, they get back to the top of the order. Northwest Arkansas Naturals return home to Arvis Ballpark tomorrow night, April 22nd, as they begin a 6-game homestand versus the Tulsa Drillers that goes through Sunday, April 27th. For ticket information, visit nwanaturals.com. Supporter of high school baseball here on KNEO as McQuillan swings through that first pitch. Counts 0-1. A 1 pitch hits the inside corner, and the count's 0-2. And, Darryl, how effective Drew has been early on, 22 pitches through 2 innings.
Hey, throw strikes and make them have to hit it.
So the 0-2 is low. May have been a tad outside as well, but I think more low than anything else.
It was a good miss. Let's put it that way.
1-2 the count here on McQuillan. 1-2, fastball is swung on and missed for strike 3. Third strikeout already for Drew as Lakin Daniels comes to the plate. Thank you to Lighthouse Tax Services in downtown Seneca, offering personal and business tax filings for Missouri and multiple states, a sponsor of KNEO Radio and the Seneca Indians. That first pitch hits the inside corner, and the count's 0-1. Keep up on the latest Seneca broadcast ball game schedule. Be sure to like us on Facebook, facebook.com/KNEO Radio. Follow us on X at KNEO917 Sports. That pitch is high. Count 1-1. Of the 5 games Seneca has this week, we'll have 3 of them today, tomorrow, and Thursday. 1-1 pitch is swung on and missed, and the count is 1-2. Saturday doubleheader we will not have.
I'll be there, man.
So if you want updates, bug Darryl. As the 1-2 pitch is swung on and missed for strike 3. And there's 2 down quickly here for Drew as Coda Daniels comes to the plate. And Drew has been very efficient here in the 3rd inning.
There's only been a time or two, a short spurts that we've seen him actually struggle.
He actually, as that first pitch is fouled back to the screen, so the count's 0-1. He struggled with his command against Nevada. He ended up with a win, but he hit 2, and I think he walked 4 in that contest. So here comes the 0-1 as that pitch is high and tight, and the count is 1-1. But yeah,
and we scored some runs.
Yeah, against Nevada, he only gave up 1 hit, but he walked 4 and hit 2. As that pitch is in there for a strike, so the count's 1-2. So his command wasn't really there that day. It's here today as the 1-2 is swung on and missed for strike 3. They're going to throw down to complete it.
I think they already caught it, though.
And that will strike out the side. 2.5 in the books. No score here on the KNEO Sports Network.
Dairy Queen Grill and Chill in Seneca is the place to go before or after the game. Check out their amazing menu of fan-favorite blizzards like Oreo or cookie dough. Happy hour is daily from 2 to 5 p.m. That means everything you can drink from a straw is half price, excluding premium shakes. Don't forget to grab one of their $7 meal deals or their signature stack burgers and top it off with a Misty Slush. The Dairy Queen Grill and Chill in Seneca, located at 308 Washington, open daily from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. Proud to support the Seneca Indians.
Seneca Indian Athletics is sponsored by Prairie Top Chiropractic. Located at 4556 Quince Road in Seneca, chiropractic physician Seth Wilson offers chiropractic services to Seneca and the surrounding areas. For appointment information, their phone number is 417-776-4556 or discover more at facebook.com/Prairie Top Chiropractic. Prairie Top Chiropractic, where their slogan is Better Health, Better You.
At ProLube Tire and Auto Center, we know what it means to rely on your vehicle. We race all year and know how to get that extra inch out of every part. Precision, quality, and reliability are not just words to us. It's what we do every day. We know you rely on your vehicle to perform for your family. From oil changes to full-on repairs, ProLube gives you the best racetrack team experience, so you can be worry-free.
ProLube Tire and Auto Center, where we get it right on the road and the track.
Being a Lion comes with a reputation for excellence. Whether it's in the classroom, on the court, or in the community, Lions are leading the way. With innovative and immersive academic programs, new scholarship opportunities, and a campus committed to the future, now is the perfect time to find your purpose. Find your pride at Missouri Southern State University.
And we welcome you back. Bottom 3 here in Seneca. Braden Roark, Ian Heffern, and then back top of the order, the Hagen Ginger and Daryl. I said this to you off air, but Roark and Heffern are the two that started the rally for Seneca against Webb City. Yeah, it was a strikeout, wild pitch, and an error, but they got on and eventually were able to get in.
Do whatever you can to get on base.
Roark's been hitting a pretty good bat as of late as well. So that first pitch is low, so the count's 1-0.
Yeah, being left-handed. And the third baseman's playing in just a little bit just in case of bunt, left-hander. But he gets down the line pretty quick.
That one's outside, and the count's 2-0. Community Bank and Trust, proudly serving our customers for the past 140 years. They visit their branch at 1102 South Cherokee for all your banking needs. Member FDIC, equal housing lender, proud sponsor of the Seneca Indians. As good take there by Roark. The count's 3-0.
Yeah, get on base. Whatever you can, get on base.
Taking probably the entire way here. That's low and outside. And
get down the line.
That is Seneca's first base runner of the contest. Well, no, that's not their first base runner. Excuse me. The ball reached on an error.
Yep.
As Heffern comes to the plate, and don't be surprised if they try and bunt with Heffern to try and put Roark into scoring position. Roark is also fast enough to steal second, as he's got a pretty good lead out there at first base. As there's the bunt, and it is a good bunt there by Heffern. Maybe popped it up a little bit too much, but able to get the sacrifice bunt down. It's a 1-3 putout, and now Seneca has a runner in scoring position for the top of the order in Hagen Ginger.
See if he takes his practice swings up. No. Oh, my gosh.
Everyone at the Neosho Daily News wish the Seneca Indians good luck. Let's go get that win. And that's just a conversation Daryl and I had off air. That's why I'm chuckling so much. That one is lofted in the air a mile high. The shortstop over there, Botkin, snags it for out number 2, and there's 2 down here for Drew Sherwood.
He's just under. That's all he is.
And it's not just him, Daryl.
I know. It's like the whole group. It's just I don't know how we got everybody going under the baseball, but we have.
Sherwood, chance to give Seneca first run of the game. Roark, a pretty good lead over there. So that pitch is inside, and a wild pitch will allow him to get to third. So now if Sherwood could beat out anything, you would have a run come in anyways. They like trying to jam Sherwood, and he has been proven so far this year to be unjammable.
Yeah, he can turn on. He's got a quick bat.
1-0 the count here on Sherwood, the 1-0. That one's popped in the air, foul. See if it sneaks out of play.
Get out. There you
and
go.
It does. I think it even went past the Seneca bullpen there, and the count's 1-1. That's another case of another Seneca hitter getting underneath one. 1-1 the count here on Sherwood. Here comes the 1-1. That's swung on and missed, and the count 1-2. Seneca 2 base runners. Galena's had 1 so far. 1 hit in the game between the 2 teams. It's the 1-2 is low, and the count's 2-2.
I think the pitcher thought he hit the spot.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the bottom of the third.
See if we can score a run here. Come on, Drew.
That pitch is fouled back to the screen. Got a piece to stay alive. Count remains 2-2. So Turner looks for the sign from his catcher. Here comes another 2-2 to Sherwood. The 2-2 offering is hit to second. Second baseman bobbles it, fields it, and he is out by half a step to end the inning. For Seneca, no runs, no hits, no errors, 1 left, 3 in the books, no score here on the KNEO and Seneca Indian Sports Network.
So, you're still debating whether to surrender your life to Jesus Christ. There's a lot of different reasons for not making that decision, but they all come down to this. You trust yourself more than you trust God.
Pride is the number one thing that keeps us from Christ. Our own ego. We think we can do it ourselves, or we think we're good enough.
The Bible says we're not good enough. We need Jesus. He paid the penalty for our sins. There's no way around it.
When you come to Christ, you must be willing to repent of sin and receive Him into your heart.
And when you do that, your life takes on a whole new meaning and purpose.
Then there's joy inside your heart when you come to Christ. These things have I spoken unto you, that my joy might remain in you, and that your joy might be full.
We'd love to tell you more about the joy that comes from surrendering your life to Jesus Christ. Go to findpeacewithgod.net. That's findpeacewithgod.net. We're the Billy Graham Evangelistic Association.
A proud backer of the Seneca Indians is Campbell Biddlecombe Funeral Home of Seneca. Located at 1101 Cherokee, they are honored to serve the area with traditional service options, including church and graveside services. They also have prearranged funeral plans. For more information, the phone number for Funeral Director Mike Steele at Campbell Biddlecombe Funeral Home of Seneca is 417-776-2251 or online, campbell-biddlecomefh.com.
And we welcome you back. Top 4 here, top of the order for Galena. Cottrell, Botkin, and McNamara against Sherwood. As Cottrell struck out his first time as he tries to bunt his way on, and that one's bunted foul, so the count's 0-1.
He's trying to do anything to get on. It's been tough. These 2 pitchers have kept everybody at bay.
So he's trying to bunt again. That's a good bunt, but it rolls foul. Roark does the smart thing to let it roll foul, and the count's 0-2. Because I don't think Roark would have got him out.
No, he laid that down pretty cool. It was a good spot for just to die out there, but unfortunately for us, it died off in the foul territory.
0-2 the count now on Cottrell, and with 2 strikes, probably swinging away here. So here comes the 0-2, and that is low and outside. So the count 1-2. Newmac Electric, Prater's Pharmacy, ProLoop Maintenance Center, Freeman Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, all sponsoring the broadcast. 1-2 the count here on Cottrell, and they jammed him on the inside, and Cottrell got a piece to stay alive.
Yeah, right off the handle. But it's close enough. You've got a swing.
Count remains 1 ball and 2 strikes. 1-2 is low, and the count's 2-2. I don't really want to pick around there too much if you're sure what it is. Here comes the 2-2. Popped in the air, foul, and it's going to get out of play. So Cottrell doing a good job fighting here once the count was 0-2. He's going to see a 7th pitch here in the inning, which is almost as many pitches as Drew has thrown in an inning. So that 2-2 is cued foul. And the count remains 2-2. 8th pitch of the at-bat coming up. Most pitches Drew has thrown in an inning is 12, and he's 2/3 of the way there with 1 batter.
Well, the batter's he's doing what he's supposed to do, fouling them off.
So the 2-2 is high and outside, and the count's full. 3-2. And he will see a 9th pitch of the at-bat. Here comes the full count offering, and that's swung on and missed. Got him to chase the high heat. And another strikeout here for Sherwood. Already the 6th strikeout for Drew. As Botkin comes to the plate, he singled, but then got thrown out on a rundown. And that single was just off the glove of McKinney at second. That one is high and outside, and the count's 1-0. None of these balls have really been that hard hit.
No, I don't think we had a fly out yet.
As here comes the 1-0.
Well,
that's popped up in the air. McKinney calling for it, and he will grab it. The closest is the pop-up to shortstop Wilson, where he almost collided with Klaus just behind the edge of the brown dirt out there.
Just in the, short center field.
2 outs as Brody McNamara will come to the plate. Campbell Biddlecombe Funeral Home, Big Nickel, Missouri Southern State University, Prairie Top Chiropractic, sponsoring the broadcast as that pitch is outside. So counts 1-0. Lighthouse Tax Services, Dairy Queen of Seneca, First Community Bank, Cedar Lane Farm and Garden, and the Northwest Arkansas Naturals, all sponsoring the broadcast as well, as that one's high and tight, or outside, I should say. The count's 2-0. I believe that one to Cottrell is only the second 3-ball count that Drew has gotten to. As the 2-0 is swung on and missed, and the count 2-1. Sherwood and LaTurner have both been very efficient here this afternoon. 34 pitches through 3 innings for Drew. That pitch is popped in the air, foul. Roar going to have a glance at it, and it's going to fall out of play, and the count's 2-2. So Sherwood had worked it from 2-0 to 2-2. Deuce is wild here. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Here comes the 2-2. Swung on and missed on the off-speed pitch, and down goes Galena in order. 3.5 in the books. We're still looking for our first run here on the KNEO and Seneca Indian Sports Network.
Marine Center Incorporated is a sponsor of Seneca Athletics. In business since 1979, they offer Mercury and Suzuki motors, along with low boats as well as boat repairs. Located at 4961 Highway 43 in Joplin, Missouri, open Monday through Friday 9 to 5, Saturday 9 to 12, and closed on Sunday. For more information, the phone number is 417-781-7450 or online at marinecenterjoplin.com. The Marine Center Incorporated, where the slogan is, your family boating headquarters.
I'm a Missouri Farm Bureau insurance agent. I'm for working hard for what you get and then protecting what you've got. Your home, your vehicles, your life. I'm for making an honest living and taking pride in what you do, and for giving back to the community I call home. I'm for serving my clients with the respect and dignity you would expect from the farmers that started this company. And though I know you probably hope you never need me, I'm here for you when you do. I'm a Missouri Farm Bureau insurance agent, and if you're a Missourian, I'm for you.
I am Josh Dotson with Missouri Farm Bureau Insurance Services. If you're in Missouri, I'm for you.
Prater's Pharmacy in Seneca is a proud supporter of the Seneca Indians. The pharmacy is open from 9 to 5:30 Monday through Friday and from 9 to 1 on Saturday. They offer an automatic refill program and internet refill service online at praterspharmacy.com and through their mobile apps. They also have a drive-through window. Prater's Pharmacy at 1711 Cherokee in Seneca, 417-776-8701. Go Indians.
Who knows?
And we welcome you back. Excuse me. Welcome you back. 3-4-5 here for Seneca in the fourth. Ball, Wilson, and Houchin, the three due up. Ball reached on an error in the first. So he takes I think that was a changeup there, and the count's 0-1. It was something off speed. I know that much.
Yeah, 70 miles an hour is not that great, so something off speed.
So 0-1 breaking ball is hit on a couple hops to shortstop. Throws to first in time. And a 6-3 put out, and there's one down for Jagger Wilson, who flew out center field his first time up. People's Bank of Seneca, Crowder College, Christian Healthcare Ministries, Seneca School District, all sponsoring the broadcast here this afternoon. Wilson and Houchin. Wilson flew out to center field. Houchin grounded out to short. Anybody reaches, Caden Klaus would come to the plate.
Well, he hit it hard last time, Jagger did, but he just got underneath it just a touch.
Want to know the count as Wilson takes a pitch low and outside. Comes the 1-0. That is low and outside as well, and the count's 2-0. LaTurner has not given up a hit through 3 1/3. Got a no-hitter going as Seneca's reached on an error and a walk. So that pitch is high, and the count's 3-0. Jagger normally, I would say, it has a green light 3-0, but I think you're looking for a base runner, so he may be taken here. Taking the entire way, and that's low for ball 4. And the reason why you take there, too, Darryl, is Jagger is fast enough to steal second and potentially third as well.
Yes.
So Houchin may take a pitch here to try and let Wilson get to second and get in scoring position. Houchin hit one off the end of the bat to shortstop his first time up.
Don't be surprised if that ain't a hit and run.
Not a huge lead at first by Wilson. It's a sizable lead.
Yeah, it creeped a little bit more.
So here comes the first pitch, and that's in there for a strike, and the count's 0-1. And I think that's the pitch that Houchin was going to take the entire at-bat. 0-1 the count here on Houchin. That pitch is high for a ball. Wilson is off, and the throw was to the left side of the bag. And in safely with the stolen base is Wilson. And so a runner in scoring position for Seneca and a 1-1 count. Second time Seneca's had a runner in scoring position. Was not able to take advantage last time. That was in the third. They walked and got stranded at third.
Can we get a timely hit, Ben? That's about all it's been, right?
So that pitch is outside, and the count's 2-1. Southwest Missouri Bank, Neosho Daily News, Marine Center Incorporated, Community Bank and Trust, sponsoring the broadcast here this afternoon as LaTurner and Sherwood duel against each other. That pitch is lofted in the air down the right field line. It's going to be trouble, but it's just foul, and the count 2-2.
Just a touch outside.
Right fielder had to give it a glance, and he wasn't going to get there in time. Count now 2-2.
And he's not walking much further back to where he was, man. He's hugging that right field line.
So now there's a huge gap in right center and left center because they're playing him towards right center. But that ball hits a right center field, perfect. And that's going to roll for a while, roll all the way to the wall. Wilson held up for a second. Houchin is going to slam on the brakes as he has an RBI double. And that's the hit you were looking for, Darryl.
Yes, finally we got a hit with guys in scoring position. A good double just up into the gap. Jagger scores easy. I thought Houchin might try to stretch it to third, but I think with just one out, coach is holding him up, saying just hang on, let Caden Klaus come up to bat.
Klaus comes to the plate, struck out his first time, but Seneca trying for more damage here again. That right center field gap is wide open, and Darryl, you and I were joking about how he didn't move back where he was. If he was where he was originally, that probably is an out.
Well, I don't know, Ben. It was pretty much in the gap, but
so that ball is cranked down the left field line as Klaus got jammed, but the left fielder caught it and then dropped it and in safely at third.
Did they call him safe?
Are they calling him safe or out? They are calling him safe. They are saying he dropped it, which would be an E7. It certainly looked like it was on the transfer, but they're going to say that it was not. And that is the home plate umpire's call, Daryl, I believe, because the field umpire was not looking at it. The home plate umpire is the one that called it. It certainly looked like it was on the transfer.
I would think the infield umpire would be the one making the call whether it was caught or not, while the umpire watched whether he tagged or not.
As Predator swings and fouls the first one off. And
yeah, I'm groaning. I'm sorry, Ben.
As Klaus was off on the pitch, and he had second base stolen.
Yeah, he had second base stolen, and Asher swung at a ball up high. It's like you taking him out of position now.
So that pitch is outside for a ball. They throw through, but taking second is Klaus. So the count is 1-1. For Houchin to get to third, do you think that's also part of the E7? I think you have to.
I think you would have to give him that, yeah. That's the only reason he got there. If he caught it and threw it in cleanly.
So that pitch is poked in the air to center field. That should get a run in as Houchin will tag and score, and getting all the way to third is Klaus.
Okay.
On the F8 as Prater an RBI sac fly.
Yeah, Asher did his job right there. Hit a high tiring fly ball to center field. Plenty of time to get Houchin in, get another run in. So up 2-0, Ben.
And now Roark comes to the plate, and a wild pitch pass ball could potentially score Klaus.
Anything.
With him at third, so that was a smart play by him to tag at the bag. That first pitch is low for a ball, so counts 1-0.
Didn't he not walk last time?
He did.
Yeah. I mean, he's very patient at the plate.
The 1-0 is in the dirt and gets by the catcher, but with how fast the ricochet is back there, it kind of has to go sideways. That was a good read there by Klaus to not go.
Oh, right through the catcher's leg, just bounced right back to him. Didn't hit, didn't ricochet off anything. Slow it down.
Here in Seneca with that back wall, it's got to ricochet somewhere to have an opportunity at it. As the 2-0 pitch is hit up the middle, the shortstop makes a play, throws to first in time for the putout, and that will end the inning. But Seneca does take advantage here. They get 2 runs in the inning on one base hit. There was one error, and they strand 1. 4 in the books. Seneca up 2-0 here on the KNEO Sports Network.
Seneca Indian Athletics is sponsored by Prairie Top Chiropractic. Located at 4556 Quince Road in Seneca, chiropractic physician Seth Wilson offers chiropractic services to Seneca and the surrounding areas. For appointment information, their phone number is 417-776-4556 or discover more at facebook.com/Prairie Top Chiropractic. Prairie Top Chiropractic, where their slogan is Better Health, Better You.
The Neosho Area Chamber of Commerce is an organization that exists to make Southwest Missouri a better place to live. That is why they are proud supporters of high school athletics. They understand that the life lessons learned from sporting competition teaches responsibility and discipline and makes our student athletes better citizens for tomorrow. Learn more about local area events online at neoshocc.com. Proud supporters of local school athletics.
And we welcome you back as Daryl Seneca finally got a timely hit from Grant Houchin and then took advantage of an error as well to get 2 across as Jack LaTurner comes to the plate here for Galena. LaTurner trying to get on for himself, and that's by the dive of Braden Roark. The leadoff runner is on for the Bulldogs.
Sharp hit ball just outside of Braden's glove.
Only the second base runner to reach for Galena today. The first one got picked off. Never said this earlier because of how fast Drew and LaTurner have worked. Galena, the gray pants, blue tops with blue numbers with white outlines.
Maybe a bunt here, Ben.
As that pitch is fouled off, counts 0-1. He was trying to bunt. Counts 0-1. Seneca, the white pants, red tops, blue trim, and numbers.
This may be a bunt again. I mean,
you do need 2 runs, but try and get 1 runner in scoring position as here comes the 0-1. He can't get the bunt down. The count's 0-2. Number 5 hitter may not be used to trying to bunt here.
I'd be surprised if Drew don't throw it over this time.
0-2 the count. Not a big lead at all by LaTurner. Swung on and missed for strike 3, and they can't get him at the plate. Or I should say at second base, as Perry trying to protect a little bit, swung at a ball, but stealing second is LaTurner. So they get the runner in scoring position, but 1 down for Trey Robinson, who poked one out. He was out on the play just behind the second base bag as Wilson snagged it. As here comes the first pitch from Sherwood. That's foul tipped off a ball, so the count's 0-1. Northwest Arkansas Naturals return home to Arvis Ballpark tomorrow night, April 22nd, to begin a 6-game homestand versus the Tulsa Drillers that goes through Sunday, April 27th. For ticket information, visit nwanaturals.com, a supporter of high school baseball on KNEO. 0-1 breaking ball hits the outside corner, and the count 0-2, and Drew very quickly nearing 10 strikeouts on the afternoon.
He's hitting his spots is what he's doing. His misses are close.
So here comes the 0-2, and that's high. Count 1-2. He has 8 on the afternoon so far. Looking for number 9 here. 1-2 the count here on Robinson. Here comes the 1-2. Swung on and missed for strike 3. And strikeout number 9 for Sherwood. A thank you to Lighthouse Tax Services in downtown Seneca, offering personal and business tax filings for Missouri and multiple states. Sponsor of KNEO Radio and the Seneca Indians. Keep up on the latest Seneca broadcast ballgame schedule. Be sure to like us on Facebook, facebook.com/KNEO Radio. Follow us on X at KNEO917 Sports. So here comes the first pitch to McQuillan, who struck out his first time, and that one goes near the Galena dugout and has them go scattering a little bit. Just wanted to make sure his teammates were awake, Darryl.
Yeah, he woke him up that time, I believe. And the ball came from out of the dugout back to the pitcher. So
0-1 the count. Here comes the 0-1 from Sherwood. And that one is nubbed towards first, and it's just foul. Ginger, I think if he should have tried to grab it in fair territory. It was curving foul, and if he grabs it in fair territory, it's an easy out.
The second hop out there spun the ball to the foul territory line. If Hagan would have had both feet in fair territory, reached over and grabbed it, it would have been a fair ball.
0-2 the count, though, on McQuillan anyways. Here comes the 0-2 from Sherwood. And that hits the outside corner for strike 3. And Sherwood has 10 strikeouts through 5 innings of play. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 left. 4.5 in the book. Seneca up 2-0.
I am a Missouri Farm Bureau insurance agent, and I'm here to talk about life, your dreams, your work, your family, and how you can protect it all with a company that will talk to you with the honesty of a farmer and take care of you with the integrity of a neighbor. I'll make sure no detail is left uncovered so your family can breathe easy. Because just like you, I chose to build a life in Missouri too. I'm a Missouri Farm Bureau insurance agent, and I'm from Missouri for life.
I am Josh Dotson with Missouri Farm Bureau Insurance Services. If you're in Missouri, I'm for you.
What makes you feel loved? Maybe it's gifts, or words of affirmation, or acts of service. But what about the greatest act of love?
Jesus Christ loved us so much that he went to the cross.
and died for us. He took all the hell and all the judgment on him at the cross.
Billy Graham.
And the scripture says God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever, that includes you, whosoever believeth in him should not perish, but have everlasting life.
That's right. Jesus thinks you were worth dying for, and he gave his life so you could join him in heaven someday. Find out more at findpeacewithgod.net. That's findpeacewithgod.net. And it's from the Billy Graham Evangelistic Association.
And we welcome you back as Seneca will send 9-1-2 to the plate. And Daryl, it was the middle of the order for Seneca that got things rolling. It was a walk and then a double by Houchin, and an error they were able to take advantage of as well, which the error was kind of interesting. You and I were talking about why is the home plate umpire calling that, not the field ump, and we don't have an explanation for that. We're just as confused, I think, as anybody else.
The field ump's usually the home plate umpire is usually the one that's making sure that they're tagging and make sure they're on the base when the ball's caught.
As Heffron pops one in the air, first baseman can't find it.
It's tough.
And he lost it in the sun. Second baseman pitcher didn't go for it at all. And I don't know if anybody saw it, and the first baseman's trying to find it, but he's looking right in the sun. The first baseman was trying to find it. The pitcher, I think, had it for a second. Second baseman never looked for it either. I think you got to give a single there because they never found it.
It's actually the second baseman. I mean, he's one running in without looking straight into the sun.
So leadoff runner on for the Indians as Ginger going to bunt. A good bunt there. Allows the runner to get to second, and he may beat it out.
He did.
No! They said he did not. It is a 1-3 put out. The sacrifice bunt does allow the runner to get to second, though, for your 2 and 3 hitters. And Coach Yu's not going to say much.
Oh, no. Well, yeah, he got him over, but I'll guarantee if you go back and look at it, I think he was safe, Ben.
Yeah.
But, bang, bang play.
And that's a tough play for the field ump because he's behind the second base bag having to try and make that call as Sherwood swings and fouls the first pitch off. Four-State Sports Report, Missouri Farm Bureau Agent Josh Dotson, Neosho Area Chamber of Commerce, Mid-America Specialty Markets, all sponsoring the broadcast here this afternoon. 2 opportunities here for Seneca to get an insurance run in. As I think Sherwood called time or LaTurner stepped off. I'm not sure which happened.
Be either one.
I know LaTurner stepped off, but it may have been after Sherwood called time.
The top of the baseball here.
0-1 pitch is low, and the count is 1-1. And Sherwood is almost looked like he got quick pitched there. 1-1 the count here on Sherwood. As Heffron dancing out there at second, make him throw behind him. The shortstop snags it. Trying to cause a little bit of a distraction there, Daryl, because he's not that far off the bag.
No, he's not. It's just I practice your move, I guess, to second base because he's further off right now.
As here comes the 1-1, and that hits the outside corner, and the count's 1-2. Now Sherwood needs to protect with 2 strikes. He's 0 for 2, a ground out and a strikeout. As here comes the 1-2 from LaTurner, and that's outside, and the count's 2-2. Only 2 strikeouts on the day for LaTurner compared to the 10 for Sherwood. As here comes the 2-2 from LaTurner. That is outside and low, and Drew has worked it from 0-2 to 3-2. One out here in the 5th. As here comes the full count pitch. That pitch is hit in the air to center field and deep, but the center fielder playing back, and it goes over his head, and Heffron is going to score on the play, and Sherwood is going to try for a triple, and he is going to be in there with an RBI triple. That's a tough play for the center fielder, and I think you have to give a triple on the play there to Sherwood.
Oh, absolutely. He hammered that ball, and the center fielder just lost it running back. I don't think he could get there, Ben. I think he got burnt just over his head because he hammered it hard.
Full count pitch, and you have to come after him, and Drew took advantage as Silas Ball comes to the plate. He reached on an error his first time up as that pitch is high and tight. Grounded out his second time. It's kind of interesting here, Daryl. You hit it to the shortstop. Sherwood easily scores. Even second base, he easily scores.
Yeah, get a ground ball. He probably scores.
That pitch is in the
Nice
dirt,
score.
and Sherwood is going to come home on the play, and he is safe. As they said, he missed him. Sherwood had to be aggressive there because it was one of those where Daryl that it did not go very far away.
No, it did not at all. I mean,
I
that
think
was a
it would have
close
been
play.
a swim move. It was the only way
Yeah.
that he was safe there. So Seneca gets 2 more runs, and the way Sherwood is pitching here today, those are big insurance runs for the Indians. 1-0 the count here on Ball. That ball is fouled off,
Yeah.
and the count's 1-1.
Yeah, Silas gets a base hit here. There's still just one out, Ben. There's still just one out. We can still bat there. You got Jagger coming up next. We can still score some runs in this inning.
As here comes the 1-1 to Ball. And that hit him. No, it didn't. Looked like it should have hit him.
Well, yeah.
It's the
Didn't
pitch.
bounce. Yeah, he did. He didn't. Well,
It must have hit the catcher as he got out of the way.
he usually doesn't flinch, but he flinched that time coming at him.
The 2-1 is high, and the count's 3-1. And if he reaches, you have to think Ryder Owens would courtesy run for him, and they may have a play on with Ryder, a hit and run or just a straight steal. But you got to get on first. 3-1 the count here on Ball. That ball is hammered foul, and the count now full at 3-2. He may have swung at Ball 4.
I think he did.
Getting jammed like that sometimes, though, it's hard to.
Oh yeah, I mean,
not swing.
You can't be mad at that. I mean, he's being aggressive up there at the bat. You can't be mad at it because that was close.
So here comes the full count pitch from LaTurner. That is ripped foul, and the count remains at 3-2. But Daryl, Seneca finally getting some solid contact on LaTurner these last couple of innings.
Finally, they're finally against balls. I would like to see some more this inning.
So here comes another full count pitch, and that's outside for Ball 4. So Ball reaches on a 1-out walk, and Ryder Owens will probably courtesy run for him as he gets to first, and we'll see if
he's not moving.
They haven't brought him out yet.
They haven't brought him out yet. Coach is not looking at the dugout, and it looks like he's leaving Silas on to run.
So Ball still out there to run, and we'll see if there's a pitching change here as LaTurner gets talked to. And while we have a moment, Northwest Arkansas Naturals return home to Arvis Ballpark tomorrow night, April 22nd, as they begin a 6-game homestand versus the Tulsa Drillers. That goes through Sunday, April 27th. For ticket information, nwanaturals.com. Supporter of high school baseball here on KNEO. And to keep up on the latest Seneca broadcast ball game schedule, be sure to like us on Facebook, facebook.com/KNEO Radio. Follow us on X, KNEO 917 Sports. It was just a meeting of the minds here as Seneca second. This is the third time through the lineup, Daryl, and sometimes getting that third time through the lineup, you start to see a pitcher and get to know what he throws.
Yeah, you start to getting the timing down a little bit better. Coach went out there just to calm him down. Say, we got one out. Let's get the next one out.
Big lead by Ball. That pitch is poked in the air to left center field. The left fielder, I think he thought he was going to get called off by the center fielder, but he snags it out there in left center, and there's 2 down as Ball had a very big lead. I don't know if that was a hit and run or what, but Wilson just misses it as Houchin comes to the plate. He has an RBI double to his credit.
Yeah, Jagger just under that, and again, hit it hard. He just underneath it, just a touch, still.
Still a big gap in right center. Houchin swings and misses that first one, so the count's 0-1. That's where he hit it the first time, was to right center, and there's a big gap where he hit it. 0-1 the count here on Houchin. They throw behind ball, and they called him safe. He must have somehow snuck in under the tag because you and I thought the same thing.
I thought he had him, Ben.
He was dancing a little too far out there.
Yeah.
The 0-1 is swung on and missed. Count quickly 0-2 here on Houchin.
Well, it's not bad as to try to steal because if you do get put out, Houchin is back up.
So we'll see if his ball has a little bigger lead out there with an 0-2 count.
I'd probably send him if I was coach.
And he is off and going, and that ball is hit to the shortstop. Only play is to first base. It's a 6-3 putout. That will end the inning, but Seneca adds 2 more on 2 base hits. There were no errors. They strand 1. 5 in the books, 4-0 Indians here on the KNEO and Seneca Indian Sports Network.
The Roper Kia 4-State Sports Report will provide up-to-the-minute scores and highlights from around the 4 states. With ultimate local coverage from
What makes you feel loved? Maybe it's gifts, or words of affirmation, or acts of service. But what about the greatest act of love?
Jesus Christ loved us so much that he went to the cross and died for us. He took all the hell and all the judgment on him at the cross.
Billy Graham.
And the scripture says, God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever, that includes you, whosoever believeth in him should not perish, but have everlasting life.
That's right. Jesus thinks you were worth dying for. And he gave his life so you could join him in heaven someday. Find out more at findpeacewithgod.net. That's findpeacewithgod.net. And it's from the Billy Graham Evangelistic Association.
8-9-1 due up for Galena here in the 6th as Drew Sherwood has been an efficient pitcher here today. That first pitch is hit in the air to left center field. Klaus going over, and he's going to call off Heffron. And I don't think you can beat any more of efficient 1 pitch and 1 out.
There you go.
10 strikeouts, 2 hits given up, no walks for Houchin, and he's only had 2 3-ball counts all afternoon.
Was it no walks and no errors so far?
Yes, you probably just jinxed it, but
I probably did.
That first pitch is high and tight on Coda Daniels.
That's my job, Ben. Put the jinx on him.
1-0 the count, and that's in there for a strike. Count 1-1. 8-9-1 here for Galena. So if you're Drew, you've done a good job. You know, Seneca has almost been through their entire lineup 3 times. This is only the 2nd time that Daniels has faced Sherwood. And the top of the order may only get a 3rd time. So that 0-2 is low, 1-2 is low, and the count's 2-2. New Mac Electric, Prater's Pharmacy, Perlu Maintenance Center, Freeman Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, all sponsoring the broadcast. 2-2 off speed pitch is in there for strike 3. And there is 2 down quickly for Chase Cottrell, who's working on a strikeout looking and a strikeout swinging. Tried to bunt his way on last time. If he got a bunt down, he would probably get to first because Roark and Ginger are both playing pretty far back. He swings and misses at the first one, so the count's 0-1. Campbell Biddicombe Funeral Home, Big Nickel, Missouri Southern State University, Prairie Top Chiropractic, all sponsoring the broadcast. 0-1 the count. Here comes the 0-1, and that pitch is hit in the air to left center field and deep, and that's going to get down over Klaus and Sherwood's head. That is at least 2. They're going to send him to 3rd, and that is a triple on the play with 2 outs for Chase Cottrell. That's the best hit ball all afternoon by Galena.
Yeah, just hit the gap. It was a good shot out there. Guys did a good job just keep him in the park.
Lighthouse Tax Services, Dairy Queen of Seneca, First Community Bank, Cedar Lane Farm and Garden, and the Northwest Arkansas Naturals, all sponsoring the broadcast. As Thatcher Bodkin comes to the plate, he has a single and popped out as that first pitch is in there for a strike. So the count is 0-1. Only the 3rd hit of the game by Galena. Farthest a Galena base runner has been as the 0-1 pitch is spoiled foul and the count's 0-2. Only the second runner to get in scoring position. LaTurner made it to second in the fifth but was stranded there. 0-2 the count here on Botkin. Here comes an 0-2 offering, and that is low. Good block there by Ball, and the count's 1-2.
Drew tried to throw a strike here, nothing off.
Looks like they're going to try and go high fastball, and he hits, well, I thought he hit the outside corner.
He did too because he was walking off.
Well, I think everybody in Seneca thought he did because all the Seneca fielders were walking off too. The count's 2-2 here on Botkin. Comes the 2-2. Went off speed, hit to third. It's a fair ball. Nice play by Roark, and Ginger can't scoop it. It's an infield single, and the run does come in and score. Roark did about everything he could there, Daryl. It was just Botkin with his speed able to beat it out.
I'm not sure if even Hagan scooped it, he'd been out. I think he was there.
So they get one run back to make it 4-1 as Brody McNamara comes to the plate.
Of course, umpire might have gave it to him. They called Hagan out on it.
So that first pitch is high for a ball. So the count's 1-0. People's Bank of Seneca, Crowder College, Christian Healthcare Ministry, Seneca School District, all sponsoring the broadcast.
Look for this kid to get picked off.
Here comes the 1-0, and that's high. And the count's 2-0. This might be the most pitches that Drew's threw in an inning. And most of it coming with 2 outs, too. So he got the first 2 outs very quickly. So here comes the 2-0, and they throw behind the runner, and Ginger can't snag it, but gets enough of it to keep the ball in front of him. Count remains 2-0.
Yeah, you got to throw it over there. Just keep him honest. And he didn't have that big a lead.
I was going to say, Botkin not a huge lead over there at first. 2-0 is high and inside, and the count's 3-0. Only the third 3-ball count all afternoon by Sherwood. Southwest Missouri Bank, Neosho Daily News, Marine Center Incorporated, Community Bank and Trust, all sponsoring the broadcast. Comes the 3-0, and that is low for ball 4. And, Darryl, we did our job because we talked about no errors and no walks, and there's a walk.
As long as we didn't have any errors, okay?
So 2 runners on now for LaTurner. LaTurner singled his last time up. Can make this a mighty interesting game if he can find a gap. All this damage with 2 outs here for Galena. So here comes the first pitch from Sherwood. That's swung on and missed. Count 0-1. Ginger playing behind McNamara at first. Close enough to get a throw if needed, though. 0-1 the count here on LaTurner. So here comes the 0-1 from Sherwood. That is low. The count's 1-1. 4-State Sports Report, Missouri Farm Bureau Agent Josh Dotson, Neosho Area Chamber of Commerce, Mid-America Specialty Markets, all sponsoring the broadcast. 1-1 the count. The 1-1 is low. And the count 2-1. All of a sudden, Sherwood having a hard time finding the strike zone. Again, it's the third time through the lineup here for Galena. Comes the 2-1. That ball is hit on a hop past Wilson. Going to send the runner home. Heffron is going to cut it off. It's an RBI single for LaTurner, but hitting the cutoff man there, Darryl, at the very least, you hold that runner at second base.
Yeah, you're not trying to throw some big high lob thing to try to get to, to home plate. Hit the cutoff man, hold back runners, limit the damage.
As Jack Perry comes to the plate, he's 0 for 2. Here comes the first pitch from Sherwood. That's swung on and missed on the high heat. Counts 0-1. Here comes the 0-1. That's swung on and missed. Went back to the well and got him to swing through that one. Count 0-2. Perry is grounded out to second and struck out. Now you probably look off speed here. He may be trying to chase him as he stays high, seeing if he would swing at it, and he does not. It counts 1-2. Now you change the eyesight a little bit. Here comes the 1-2, and that's fouled straight back. So Perry keeps himself alive. Count remains 1-2 strikes. 7-0 Neosho Daily News versus Seneca Indians. Good luck. Let's go get that win. Count remains 1-2 here on Perry. That one hits the outside corner for strike 3, and that will end the inning. For Galena, 2 runs in the inning on 3 base hits. There were no errors, and they strand 2. Bottom 6 coming up. Seneca up 4-2.
Prater's Pharmacy in Seneca is a proud supporter of the Seneca Indians. The pharmacy is open from 9 to 5:30 Monday through Friday and from 9 to 1 on Saturday. They offer an automatic refill program and internet refill service online at praterspharmacy.com and through their mobile apps. They also have a drive-through window. Prater's Pharmacy at 1711 Cherokee in Seneca, 417-776-8701. Go Indians!
Seneca Indian Athletics is sponsored by Prairie Top Chiropractic. Located at 4556 Quince Road in Seneca, chiropractic physician Seth Wilson offers chiropractic services to Seneca and the surrounding areas. For appointment information, their phone number is 417-776-4556 or discover more at facebook.com/Prairie Top Chiropractic. Prairie Top Chiropractic, where their slogan is, better health, better you.
If you're a weekend warrior who likes to go, 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 don't let pain put the brakes on your pace. When you need help with an injury that keeps you from moving, you want an orthopedic team with a proven track record. Freeman Orthopedics and Sports Medicine is nationally recognized and were recently named CareCheck's #1 hospital in the market and top 10% hospital in the state for hip fracture repair. Freeman Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, the experience you need to keep pace with life.
Caden Klaus to lead off the bottom of the 6th here for Seneca, 6, 7, and 8. He reached on an error in the 4th. Then Prater, who had a sac fly his last time, and Braden Roark are the 3 due up. Anybody reaches, Ian Heffron would come to the plate. Seneca looking for some insurance. This Klaus hits that one to left field. The left fielder is able to get back and snag it for out number 1. That's how the top of the 6th started, was a fly out. The bottom of the 6th starts the same way as Asher Prater comes to the plate. Community Bank and Trust, proudly serving our customers for the past 140 years. May visit their branch at 1102 South Cherokee for all your banking needs. Member FDIC, equal housing lender, proud sponsor of the Seneca Indians. So the first pitch is high for a ball. Counts 1-0. You'd love to get to Ginger at least one more time, but you need 2 batters to reach to have that opportunity as Prater swings at a ball and the count's 1-1. 1 out here in the bottom of the 6th.
He's kind of mad at himself, Ben, for swinging at it. Raise his head up. It's like, why did I do that?
Here comes the 1-1, and that pitch is popped foul, and that's going to, well, it is just going to sneak out of play. I was saying it was going out of play, and then they started looking at it, and I was like, well, maybe I need to start looking. And the count's 1-2. Roark and Heifer need to reach for Ginger to have an opportunity to bat here in the 6th. As Galena has answered with 2 of their own here in the top of the 6th. Here comes the 1-2. That breaking ball is just high, and the count's 2-2.
Slow enough. I thought it was going to break in there.
That's what I was thinking, too. So here comes the 2-2. That breaking ball he gets a piece of to keep himself alive. Thank you to Lighthouse Tax Services in downtown Seneca, offering personal and business tax filings for Missouri and multiple states. Sponsor of KNEO Radio and the Seneca Indians. Comes another 2-2. And that one he waits on, hit to shortstop. That shortstop has been busy.
That's
it's a high throw, and it's going to get by, and it's a ground rule.
Yep.
Not double, but a ground rule error. And Prater will get to second on the E6.
I believe Ryder's coming in. No?
No, it's got to be somebody different. It's Jackson Yoakum.
Yeah.
Because Ryder is the courtesy runner for ball. So a runner on second for Braden Roark. Roark walked in the third, grounded out to short in the fourth.
Let's see if we can take advantage of it. They made a mistake. Let's take advantage of it and make them pay.
And the shortstop there, Botkin, he's been busy today, and he had plenty of time to make that play, and he just threw it high. So Roark swings and misses at the first one, so the count's 0-1. Roark and then Heffron. Anybody else gets on, Ginger might see another at bat as that pitch is swung on, or not swung on. It was called for strike 2. 0-2 the count on Roark, who needs to protect here. So here comes the 0-2, and he hits it to the right side. Second baseman has the only play. It's a 4-3 put out. The fielder's choice does allow Yoakum to get to third. As Heffron comes to the plate, he singled in the fifth. It was kind of one of those weird singles because it was the one that was popped a mile high in the air, and the first baseman couldn't find it because he was looking in the sun. But can you take advantage of the error? That ball is hit sharply to the left side. Shortstop going to have a tough play, and it is by the first baseman, and taking second is Heffron. I think you have to give Heffron a single, and then the error allows him to get to second.
Right, absolutely. I mean, that was hit in the hole. That was deep for that shortstop to go. I don't think the shortstop could have thrown him out anyway.
Yeah, I think he was going to be safe, but that's the second error of the inning by Botkin that allows another run to come in, and Seneca gets to the top of the order and Ginger as he takes a ball outside. Another runner in scoring position for the Indians as they look for more insurance here. Ginger was out on a sac bunt his last time. They're going to throw behind Heffron, who is back safely. So they left the tag on him the entire time as he was standing up. Second baseman is just kind of hugging there. Again, they got him shaded towards left center by about a step. There's a huge gap in right center. If Ginger could hit it that way, so he gets jammed, and the count's 1-1.
I thought he was going to. I thought he hit that little pop up down the line. I thought the first baseman was going to get there, Ben.
Yeah, first baseman wasn't moving very fast. It counts 1-1. As Seneca did get one of those insurance runs in. There's another one sitting out there for Ginger.
Get on top of the baseball.
That ball is blooped foul, and the count 1-2.
Everything he's hit's been under.
So you have to think a high fastball is coming. So here comes a 1-2, and that breaking ball is hit to the right side, and it's a single. They're going to send the run home. A good throw, but safe at the plate is Ian Heffron, an RBI single for Hagen Ginger, who takes second on the throw, and Seneca able to take advantage of the two errors to get themselves two more insurance runs and make it 6-2. Just kind of put it where they weren't. And again, another runner in scoring position as Sherwood tripled his last time.
Don't be surprised. I'm not sure you want to send Hagen, but he's going anyway.
As he's going to try for third, and he is in there safely. I think he would have been out if the third baseman had been able to grab it, but a stolen base for Ginger.
That's what I said. I don't know if you want to send him just because you're taking the bat. If he got thrown out, you're taking the bat out of Sherwood's hands.
Counts 1-0, but now wild pitch pass ball allows that run to come in and score. Here comes the 1-0 to Sherwood. That ball is hit through the right side, an RBI single for Sherwood. And Darryl, all of a sudden, these last couple of innings, Seneca may have found something and try and give themselves some confidence heading into tomorrow.
We finally got a few hits in a row, Ben. I mean, it's been a long time since we've had. I mean, it's the last two games last week were just brutal. And here at the very first, first 4 innings, first 3 innings, the same way.
Yeah.
We just couldn't get anything going. Now we finally got a few base hits in a row.
As they throw behind Sherwood, who's back safely, don't be surprised if Sherwood tries to take second here. Silas Ball comes to the plate. He's reached base on an error and a walk. He's also grounded out. And, Darryl, this is now the 4th time through the lineup as that pitch is
Silas
a ball.
called time?
No, they threw it down.
I know, but he raised his hand up.
He didn't give it to him.
He didn't give it to him.
Because the count's 1-0 and a stolen base for Sherwood.
I thought he raised his hand up, called time while Sherwood took off.
1-0 the count here on Ball. The 1-0 is up the middle, and that is nice play by the shortstop. He throws to first in time. A 6-3 putout. Well, in the inning, nice play there by Botkin. But Seneca does get some insurance. They add 3 runs in the inning on 3 base hits. There were also 2 errors in the inning, and they strand 1. Top 7 coming your way. Seneca up 7-2.
Happy Egg supports the family farmer because they've seen the difference a choice like this can make. Now you can grow for Happy Egg and choose to raise hens the right way, the happy way. When you grow for Happy Egg, you are growing for a family-owned and operated business. You're raising happy hens on 10+ acres who will lay happy eggs. You're working for yourself. As a Happy Egg grower, you'll receive new flock cost support and yield-based compensation. Visit happyegg.com/grower to apply today.
A proud supporter of local high school athletics is Numac Electric. Serving Newton and McDonald County, they provide power for area homes and businesses and want to wish all the athletes much success throughout the season. For online bill pay and account information, the website is numac.com or 417-451-1515. Numac Electric, proudly serving Newton and McDonald County, where their slogan is your touchstone energy partner.
People's Bank of Seneca. We care about your journey every step of the way. Since 1996, visit us in Joplin, Neosho, or Seneca. PeoplesBankOfSeneca.com. Member FDIC. Proud sponsor of area athletics. Let's score big together.
6, 7, and 8 due up for Galena here in the 7th against Drew Sherwood, who has had himself quite the afternoon and gave up 2 runs. A 2-out rally in the 6th, but Seneca responded with 3 of their own as Sherwood has 12 strikeouts through 6 innings. So that pitch hits the inside corner and it counts 1-1. Here comes the 1-1. It must have been a little bit low, and the count's 2-1. Robinson, McQuillan, and Daniels are the 3 due up. Lake and Daniels as the 2-1 is hit on a hop past McKinney at second. Good job there by Houchin to cut it off, Darryl, because it almost looked like it was going to get by him.
It could have got by him. Good hustle over there just to cut it off to keep him to a single.
We have a pinch hitter here for
45
Galena, as that's going to be no pinch hitter. That's Colt McQuillan.
That's the extra.
We have a new base runner, I think is what it is.
Yeah, he's not off very far, so
McQuillan is at the plate here.
He's not going anywhere.
So that first pitch is in there for a strike, and the count is 0-1. I believe this is still their designated hitter, Colt McQuillan.
I still don't think you'd want him bunt him over.
No.
I don't know why we even be.
Yeah, it's the 0-1 pitch is spoiled foul, and the count is 0-2. I think they may have a different base runner out there.
Yeah, I'm trying to find the number, Ben. I can't see it.
So here comes the 0-2, and they picked him off. That is a 1-3 put out, and there's 1 down. And he wasn't that far off the bag either.
No, but when he picked his leg up, looked like he was going home, that runner jumped off.
So here comes the 0-2 from Sherwood, and that is inside. The count's 1-2. Sherwood has 1 out here. Here comes the 1-2. That pitch is hit to the left side. Roark, nice play. Throws to first in time. A 5-3 put out. And there's 2 down, and Drew is an out away from getting a complete game. 2 down now for Lakin Daniels, who's 0 for 2. He has struck out and flew out to center. Seneca and out away from getting back in the win column. First pitch is swung on and missed on the high heat, and the count is 0-1. So here comes the 0-1. That hits the top of the zone, and the count quickly 0-2.
Yeah, there's no need to throw him anything different.
So here comes the 0-2 from Sherwood. And that is low, and the count 1-2. Seneca and Lamar tomorrow, location still TBD, as the 1-2 is popped. The air foul, count remains 1-2. Will be wherever it is. I know that much.
Yeah, I know Lamar was right in the track of that storm yesterday, and they got probably some damage, and who knows how much rain they got.
As the 1-2 is outside, and the count 2-2. Decision will either come later tonight or early tomorrow, as here comes the 2-2. That pitch is blooped to the right side. Houchin going to try and throw him out, but getting there safely is Daniels. Not a bad attempt there by Houchin, as Coda Daniels come to the plate, and you really want to get him out, Darryl, because otherwise you get back to the top of the lineup here. So get this guy out and be done with it.
Well, a pickoff move to end the game would be pretty good.
As they do throw back behind him, and back safely is Daniels. That's Lakin Daniels. As here comes the first pitch from Sherwood. Swung on and missed. Counts 0-1. Coda Daniels 0 for 2, 2 strikeouts. At this point, I'd almost just say, don't worry about the...
Yeah, just throw it.
And that swung on and missed, and counts 0-2. Say, don't worry about the base runner, just worry about the batter.
Yeah, get the batter out, and that's all we got to do.
As here comes the 0-2, and that's high. The count 1-2.
Yeah, ain't no need to throw it off, throw it anywhere, just throw it. Throw a strike.
As here comes the 1-2, and that is foul tipped off Ball, and then the umpire as well. So Ball is going to give him an extra moment as well. Coach Eustace going to make sure he's okay. And
yeah, Silas just took a few steps out. Hagan started walking in too, so just making sure they're all right off that ricochet foul.
1-2 the count. Here comes a 1-2, and that is high. They throw down, and they have the runner put out to end the ball game. It's a 2-6 putout. That ends the game for Galena. For Galena in the inning. No runs, 2 hits, no errors. They don't strand anybody. Galena falls to 8-7 overall. Seneca improves to 11-4 on the season. The post-game show sponsored by Crowder College and the Seneca School District. After this break, the KNEO and Seneca Indian Sports Network.
The Roper Kia 4-State Sports Report will provide up-to-the-minute scores and highlights from around the 4 states. With ultimate local coverage from all your favorite teams. The Roper Kia 4-State Sports Report, weeknights at 6 and 10 p.m.
The staff at Mid-America Specialty Markets, along with Jamie and Terry Langford, are proud to serve our community and support the local high school students in their extracurricular activities this school year. Langford Insurance specializes in life, agribusiness, commercial, and personal insurance needs. Please stop by and see us at our office at 908 Washington Avenue, or call us at 417-776-LIFE, or visit us at midaminsurance.com.
Dairy Queen Grill and Chill in Seneca is the place to go before or after the game. Check out their amazing menu of fan favorite blizzards like Oreo or cookie dough. Happy hour is daily from 2 to 5 p.m. That means everything you can drink from a straw is half priced, excluding premium shakes. Don't forget to grab one of their $7 meal deals or their signature stack burgers and top it off with a Misty Slush. The Dairy Queen Grill and Chill in Seneca, located at 308 Washington, open daily from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. Proud to support the Seneca Indians.
A proud backer of the Seneca Indians is Campbell Biddlecombe Funeral Home of Seneca. Located at 1101 Cherokee, they are honored to serve the area with traditional service options, including church and graveside services. They also have prearranged funeral plans. For more information, the phone number for Funeral Director Mike Steele at Campbell Biddlecombe Funeral Home of Seneca is 417-776-2251 or online campbell-biddlecomefh.com.
Seneca Indian Athletics is sponsored by Prairie Top Chiropractic. Located at 4556 Quince Road in Seneca, chiropractic physician Seth Wilson offers chiropractic services to Seneca and the surrounding areas. For appointment information, their phone number is 417-776-4556 or discover more at facebook.com/Prairie Top Chiropractic. Prairie Top Chiropractic, where their slogan is Better Health, Better You.
At ProLube Tire and Auto Center, we know what it means to rely on your vehicle. We race all year and know how to get that extra inch out of every part. Precision, quality, and reliability are not just words to us. It's what we do every day. We know you rely on your vehicle to perform for your family. From oil changes to full-on repairs, ProLube gives you the best racetrack team experience, so you can be worry-free.
ProLube Tire and Auto Center, where we get it right on the road and the track.
The Seneca R7 School District is proud to support the student athletes and coaches competing in this game. High school activities help students learn life values such as hard work, dedication, and teamwork. The Seneca R7 School District is honored to serve such a great community and wants to thank all the Indian fans for their great support. The Seneca R7 School District. Tradition, pride, class. Prater's Pharmacy in Seneca is a proud supporter of the Seneca Indians. The pharmacy is open from 9 to 5:30 Monday through Friday and from 9 to 1 on Saturday. They offer an automatic refill program and internet refill service online at praterspharmacy.com and through their mobile apps. They also have a drive-through window. Prater's Pharmacy at 1711 Cherokee in Seneca, 417-776-8701. Go Indians!
People's Bank of Seneca. We care about your journey every step of the way. Since 1996, visit us in Joplin, Neosho, or Seneca. PeoplesBankOfSeneca.com. Member FDIC. Proud sponsor of area athletics. Let's score big together.
And we welcome you back to the postgame show. Postgame show sponsored by Crowder College and the Seneca School District. Seneca with a 7-2 win here, and Darrell, Seneca took advantage of Galena mistakes, but they finally got some two-out magic as well.
We took advantage of their mistakes. We finally got some crucial hits with guys in scoring position, and we finally scored some runs. Any way you can get it. I mean, if they made a mistake, we needed to take advantage of it, and we did tonight.
I mean, you look at it throughout the lineup here, Darrell. There's somebody at the top, somebody in the middle, somebody at the bottom that produced. Drew Sherwood, obviously, with the win, but also 2 of 4 from the plate, 2 RBIs. Grant Houchin actually is the one that really got Seneca going with that double there in the fourth, finished 1 for 3 with an RBI. And Ian Heffern at the bottom of the lineup, 2 for 3 with an RBI.
Yeah, everybody contributed today. It took a little while to start gathering runs. I think we scored 2 in the fourth.
Yes.
The first 3 were just about 3 up, 3 down. We just couldn't get anything going. Finally scored a couple runs in the third, couple runs in the fourth, fourth, and then the fifth, and then the sixth inning. We kind of broke the game open.
Drew Sherwood picks up the win. 7 innings, 7 hits, 2 runs, 2 earned, 1 base on balls, 12 strikeouts for him. He was dealing early and often here for the Indians.
Drew gets on a roll. And you give him the ball back, he's going to throw strikes. He likes to work fast. You give it to him. Silas gives it to him, gives him the signal, and he's ready to go. And he likes to work fast, and as long as he's working fast, he's working good. Everybody is engaged in the game.
Jack LaTurner takes the loss, 6 innings, 6 hits, 7 runs, 4 earned, 2 base on balls, 2 strikeouts. He was hurt by 4 errors for Galena.
That's tough. The shortstop had a tough game. He made a couple throwing errors, that allowed us to get some runs in. Made a great play there at the end, in the 6th inning to end the inning. But, it's one thing to make an error, but it's another thing. You got to take advantage of it, and we did tonight.
Seneca, 7 runs, 6 hits, no errors, 5 left on base. For Galena, 2 runs, 7 hits, 4 errors. They strand 3. Seneca, the game, obviously every game counts, Daryl, but the games that really count are tomorrow and Thursday. With Sherwood pitching today, you have to think Houchin pitches tomorrow against Lamar. Location still to be determined, either later tonight, early tomorrow. Pay attention to the Seneca High School Baseball Facebook page for that if you want to come. We'll be either here in Seneca or at Lamar. We're carrying the game regardless of where it is, so if you can't make it, we'll be there to carry it. And then Thursday is home against Monette, weather pending. Weather this time of year, as we all know, is interesting. Tomorrow is a beautiful day, so regardless if it's here or in Lamar, there will be a baseball game tomorrow.
Yes.
And it's a big one for the Indians. Lamar 10-2 on the season.
Always big. Big eight teams are always huge baseball games. If we can get a win there, get a win on Thursday against Monette,
you carry some momentum into Saturday.
Yeah, maybe this game right here will carry some momentum that we can actually hit the baseball again and get some good and score.
That will do it for us here this evening as Seneca a 7-2 victory over Galena, Kansas. For Coach Darrell Harbaugh, I'm Ben Wolcott saying so long here from Seneca. Your postgame show sponsored by the Crowder College and the Seneca School District. We thank you so much for watching high school baseball here on the KNEO and Seneca Indian Sports Network.
This has been a live production of KNEO Sports. This broadcast may not